how was camp for you this time?
Camp's great. Camp's weirdly good. As I've been doing this, each camp's getting easier and easier, which almost freaks me out a little bit. Like, I remember my first few camps, like, you get home from training and you can't breathe, you don't do anything but just lay down and pass out, and I'm getting more used to it. So now it's not, I don't know, I don't have that. I go home and I have energy still, and I'm mentally much more comfortable with where I'm at and how my training went, and that almost makes me uncomfortable. I feel like I should be struggling more, but the diet's really good. I'm acclimating to 170. It's just becoming easier and easier cut every time. So we're bringing in more people to work with us. We've teamed up with Redline pretty coercively, where they're coming over and training with us every day. So now we've picked up, we have the jiu-jitsu, they have the striking, we've combined everything together, and we're going to make one hell of a team. Winning the title against Marty was awesome, but it was kind of weird as well. Like, it was 2 days after that fight, and I was kind of dissatisfied with the experience of the whole thing. I thought winning the belt was going to be, I don't know, I built it up in my mind a little bit. So it immediately turned to drive after that. It was like, all right, on to the next thing, on to the next. I want a harder fight. I want a harder opponent. I want, that next level. And I think we found that in Neal. Neal seems like a smart guy. He's a good fighter. Everybody's telling me he's high-level purple belt, good striking. I'm a high-level purple belt. I have really good striking. I think it's going to be a fun fight. But, yeah, fighting Marty was good because I got to go in there and find out what worked, what didn't. I learned a lot about my ground control, my takedowns, stuff like that. Got a good chin, everything. So, yeah, it was a good fight.
So how did you like this fight with Neal come to fruition? You kind of talked about it a little bit. Could you elaborate a little more on it?
Well, I didn't really know who's left in the division currently at Cage Titans for me to fight at this point. So I was curious who they were going to bring in. I know Neal hasn't fought in a little while. That was a minor concern of ours. But now that I've met him, I don't think there's any chance he's going to pull out. I'm kind of excited to fight him. But yeah, I really didn't know too much about him until we met him at the Cage Titans interview the other day. And his teammate is Matt Benia, who's fighting Chris. Chris is a buddy of mine, so it's kind of a fun, like, Eastern Mass versus Western Mass thing going on right now. I feel like I have an advantage in the striking. I've got my reach, I've got my build. I've seen the old videos of him, and he seems good, but there's nothing spectacular. There wasn't anything that I was immediately concerned with, and I've been working with Coach Eric from Redline now for over a year on my striking, and the stuff that we started working on a year ago is now starting to come to fruition. Like, now the combos that we've been practicing, I'm able to use in sparring. I was able to use a few of them against Marty to set up my takedowns and clinches and stuff, so I think my striking's really come along. And I plan on doing some Muay Thai after this as well. We're going to do the Muay Thai fights in October. No boundaries and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to keep improving and show off my striking a bit.
How do you kind of internalize your opponent before a fight, I'd say?
It's interesting. I am respectful. I'm always respectful, but I am also always playing mind games. Like Neal's a great guy, but unfortunately he's standing in the way of my livelihood right now. Like, he is in between my future, me having this as a career, me having a family and stuff like that. And that sucks for him that he's in that position. But that's the sport that we chose. So I like that he's respectful and nice, and it's not something I've really had a lot of experience with as my opponents go. I haven't had any, like, outrageously, outlandish, fucking angry opponents or anything, but Neal is funny and nerdy and stuff like that, and we're all nerds. The high-level people in this sport are slowly becoming more and more nerdy, and that's, like, what the sport's going to be. But I'm going to beat him, Like, I'm going to explain to him even at weigh-ins that, like, look, now you're in my way. Like, now you're officially a bother to me, and I have to get through that. After the fight, we can be as friendly and cordial as we want, but pretty much from weigh-ins forward until that fight's over, it's business.
Do you have any final thoughts, any shout-outs you want to give?
Just shout out to Coach Eric at Redline, Keith Florian from Florian Martial Arts. We're opening our new gym in like a week, and they've still been really dedicated to helping us get ready for these fights. That's been huge. Thanks to all the guys at Redline, Alfredo, Don, Jake, everybody that's been helping us out. That's been huge. And yeah, we're ready. It's going to be, Florian team is going to come out hard. We got Pat and Sinnott both fighting as well. They're going to kick ass. Really excited for them to be on the same card this time.